Want to create a cozy, faith-filled project that brings you closer to God's promises or gives hope to someone that they can be closer to God's promises? Today, we're making a beautiful prayer scarf, complete with a pocket that you can put a prayer in or a Bible verse in. Let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special project that combines the warmth of a handmade scarf with the comfort of God's Word. We'll be making a prayer scarf out of scrap fabric. So grab all of your scraps. They will all work perfect for this project. I'll be using a jean pocket that I cut out of a pair of old jeans. In the jean pocket, I have a little prayer and a cross that we'll tuck in there. This would be a perfect project for gift giving. This project is inspired by Jeremiah 29:13. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. You can make this scarf for yourself or, like I said, as a gift for someone dear. Let's wrap ourselves in faith and the promises of His Word, and let's get started. The first thing you're going to need, like I said, is your scrap fabrics. Grab what you have. You are going to need some batting, interfacing, whatever you want to use. I'm using a medium loft fleece batting. It's polyester, but use whatever you have on hand. I cut this into a 6-inch square, and here are some of the blocks that I made. These blocks were inspired by Sherry Jones Designs, and I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box below. But as you can see, you can use any size. I already made up 9 that we're going to need because we're going to need 10 blocks for our scarf. And here's the back, the batting. And you can see there are no raw edges. The edges get folded over and sewn down. I will be showing you how to do that today. Aren't they darling? They're going to make a wonderful patchwork scarf. So there are 9 done, and like I said, I will show you how I made these. And I just love the technique, but of course use any quilt as you go technique that you'd like. And we'll put these aside. Some other things that you may need, I have some Elmer's glue for basting, rotary cutter, your iron, scissors, your sewing machine, and some thread. Otherwise, your just basic sewing notions. I do have a little bit of yarn. I'm going to try to add some fringe to the end of the scarf on both ends. I really like this. It's kind of fuzzy and soft, and I just found this in my yarn pile. So we will try that as well. I also have these Bible verses that I printed off on my printer onto fabric. I'll leave a link in the card above so that you can see how I did that. We're going to be using some of these. It will look like this. This will be on the back of the scarf. So you'll need, for the back, you'll need 8-inch squares, and you'll need 10 of those. We're going to make this scarf self-binding. Okay, I think that's everything you'll need. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of batting. And like I said, this is so easy. Just take any fabric, fold it over. You can take this to the iron if you want. I've been taking it to the iron. If you want to get a really straight edge, you can use your Clover hot ruler, place it right there, fold it over your piece of fabric, grab your iron, and you've got one raw edge done. Look and see where you'd like to place this. That looks really good. And you'll just take a little dab of glue if you want, otherwise you could pin it and glue that down. I'll try to bring you in a little bit closer, just like this. Here is the edge that is folded over, and here is our batting. Grab another piece of fabric from the fabric pile. Kind of like to use this, and it can go anywhere you want. Anything that's on the edge of the batting, you don't have to fold over. And anything that is folded over, we'll take it to the sewing machine and sew it. So let's go ahead and fold this over. I'm also going to fold one more edge. And you could do this project raw edge as well. Whatever you want to do, I just wanted to show you a new technique I was trying. Here is a folded edge, and then I will just place this here because this piece here will cover this raw edge. And I have room, I can bring that over here, and just a little dab of Elmer's glue again for basting. Another piece of fabric. This would work here. So I'm just going to do a raw edge, I'm just going to iron this edge here. Just kind of pick that up and tuck that in there. And now I have a folded edge here and a folded edge here. Grab another piece. I really love floral fabrics. So I'll go ahead and fold over two pieces or two edges. And here's the folded edge, and here's the folded edge. I really didn't need to fold this one over since I'm going to place this one here. But you just keep doing that until you build your entire block. And these don't take any time at all. And they're a lot of fun. You don't know what you're going to get. Here's another pretty floral. This one will need a folded edge. I try to keep them to about 1/4 of an inch for my folded edge, but it doesn't always happen because you know I can't measure and I can't cut straight. So, and a little bit of glue here. Let's see what else we can find in this pile. I really love this fabric. I've used it a few times in the project. And then I do need to fold over an edge. There we go. Little bit of glue. And this glue is just holding it in place before we get to the sewing machine. And then just a teeny tiny piece we need. How about this one? We'll fold over the top of that. And you could do this folding at your sewing machine and just go as you go. But I'm afraid I wouldn't get it correct or it would be out of whack. And you basically just want to make sure you're covering the batting. We will trim up the block. This is our last block for the front of our scarf. I will give this a quick press before I head over to the sewing machine. Once we get to the sewing machine, we'll just sew right on the edge of the fold on each of the folded pieces. Let's go do that. Unfortunately, I did not get the footage of me at the sewing machine sewing the block together. Basically, you're just going to sew anywhere there is a folded edge. We're just going to flip this over, come in here, and trim where the batting is. We'll give this a quick press. Trim off any threads. And now we have our 10th block. So we'll put this in the block pile. We'll work on the backs. I have several of these that I had printed off. I'm only going to add 3, I believe. 3 of these. This one is He Answered from 1 Samuel 1:27. This one is Be Still and Know, Psalm 46:10. And we had one that we had already done. this one. So I think I'm going to do 3. I'll save this for another scarf. All I did was I laid this here, went through my scrap pile again to find something I might want to use. I think this would be pretty. So I need to cut a piece of that. Maybe cut a little more off. So much happening in the world right now, and this would just be such a special gift for somebody. There's that. I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew just around the edge here. We'll do that with another one like that. And then we need one more piece of fabric. I think this will work. I'll give this a press. I can take both of these to the sewing machine and sew those on. The next step is to begin assembling the blocks how you would like them. Because we have 10, I think I'll just lay out 5 here across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that looks good. Except I think one of these this one is a little too big. I told you guys I couldn't measure. So let's trim that up to 6 inches. Not sure what happened there, but it's perfectly fine. We'll just trim it up. Okay. Now we have 10 6-inch patchwork squares for blocks. My idea is to do self-binding. So I have to figure out, we have 3 that have words on them. So we're going to take, there's 1 there. We'll go every other one. And then we'll squeeze in where we want to have our Bible verse. The last one will be where our pocket will go. Our pocket will go on the very last block as such, so that we can tuck in a prayer or a note and the cross. So we know that. It still needs a backing though. So we'll take this one and put it here for now. See if we want to adjust it. We'll take this one and place it here. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is here. I think we'll do it. This one had nothing. This one does. This one had nothing. This one does. And then we'll put this one here. I just kind of want to center them, the messages. So the messages start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. No message, a message, no message, and a message. So maybe swap this one, swap that one, swap. So 1, 2, 3 has a message, 5 has a message, and 7 has a message. So we have 2 at the end that do not. Perfect. And then our last block will have the pocket. So let's go through that again. And you can do these however you want. 1, 2, 3 has a message. 4, 5 has a message. 6, 7 has a message. 8, 9, and 10 has the pocket. There we go. So what we're going to do, we need to attach the back of this to this patchwork before we join them. And you're just going to kind of take your ruler. I believe they're supposed to be 1 inch, and kind of measure about 1 inch. Move this one up. That's about an inch, inch, and an inch. And I'm just going to give it a little glue for basting, just to hold that in place. Take block number 2, same thing, 1 inch all the way around. Perfect. Just a little bit of glue. I messed that one up for basting. Remeasure. 1. Okay, so we have 1 inch all the way around the edge. Now my idea to attach this was to add a little X in the center, but I'm not sure if that will work because this has the verse on the back. I think we'll be okay because when we join them, they are going to be encased in the backing fabric because it's going to be self-binding. It'll look something like that, and this will hold this piece into place. So let's go ahead and try that. So what you'll want to do, we're going to move these out of the way. This is number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll move those out of the way. These have to go to the sewing machine. And what's going to happen is, wrong sides facing, you pick them up, bring them together, line them up. We're going to sew these together along this edge, but not touching the block, just right along this edge. I did want to show you, I'm over here ironing my seam apart. And then it's just as simple as taking this edge, folding it under as such. And then we'll iron that down. Like that. Turn it around, fold it under on this side. Like that. Iron. Then we'll take this back to the sewing machine and we'll sew here on the edge. I wanted to show you what it looked like up close. And then here's the back. And then when we're done, we'll do the exact same thing to the top and we'll self-bind the entire scarf as such. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the blocks, just adding on each one. Let me show you real quick the next one. So I pull the next one from the top. This one has a message on the back. I'll put these side by side. I do want to put a little bit of glue on. Just to hold it in place. Then I'm going to grab these two and just make sure they line up on this edge. And sew close to the block, but not the block, the best you can. I will finish up the rest of these and I'll be right back. I was able to get all 10 panels connected and it's really starting to come together. And here's our little pocket on the end. Take out my pins here. I folded over the edge once and then again and then sewed it right on. But so cute. Now what I need to do is take the bottom, fold it up and over. I'll press that down and then fold it up, clip it, get it to the sewing machine and just do a straight stitch all the way down. As such. When I have that done, I will be right back. Next, what we want to do is add a little fringe. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this ruler and just start wrapping. Plan number 2, we're going to rewind this again, maybe a little more even. We have to be at 6. Okay, we're at 6 inches on the ruler. I do have an idea, guys. I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, there is that. Then all I need to do, we are here to learn new things, right? I have a piece of embroidery thread. A large needle. And all we're going to do is thread that in there. We've got that threaded. And we're simply just going to stitch at the top, back and forth, just to hold that together to get it to the sewing machine to put on our scarf. just like that. And I'm just weaving, and it's just randomly, just to hold it together. And then I'll take it back through the other side. Over and under in random spots. All right, I'll cut this. I'm going to cut at the bottom. And then this I can lay right on the scarf. I'll lay just like that where I sewed. And then we'll trim here, and then this will go over to the other side. And then we'll have our fringe. All right, here's the bottom fringe. I zigzagged across to attach that. And I'm just going to give it a quick haircut. Okay, next what I need to do is carefully remove above the zigzag, because this is going to be the bottom fringe. And then I'll lay it at the bottom. Then I'll lay it at the other side. I'll move this. Okay. We're just going to lay this here. Take that to the sewing machine. There's a little piece in there. Here's a piece I need to add back in. And zigzag that. I think the key is you can't have it too thick. Here you go, so you can see it. I'm going to lay this here, and I will zigzag across, and that'll be the fringe for the other side. All right, here we go. And you can see where I added the bling. I'm missing the footage from where I sewed on the bling, and I just want to let you know that I used clear thread. It was a clear thread by Coates and Clark, transparent polyester, and I sewed on some fancy thread that I had gotten from Kreinig, and I really love it. And I don't like the invisible thread. I just feel like it breaks every couple seconds on me. So not a huge fan, or maybe I just need to learn how to use it, right? Oh, we have one last thing to do. We have to add the prayer and the cross. We'll tuck that in there. And the prayer is, may you find comfort in knowing that God is near, even in your time of suffering. As you seek Him with all your heart, remember His promise from Jeremiah 29:13, that you will find Him. I pray that He surrounds you with His peace, giving you strength and hope for each day. May His love be your refuge, His presence your comfort, His grace the healing you need. You are not alone, for God is with you in every moment, guiding and sustaining you. Amen. I hope you'll make one of these. I hope you'll tuck a prayer in there or a Bible verse in the pocket and gift it to someone that you love. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it inspires you. And until the next video, God bless.